think, that's always a question, at the beginning of a project is what's here, what can we salvage, what opportunities exist. And as we started to look at the building, looked at the layouts, looked at spaces like this behind me, these sort of signature spaces that really you can't make them like that anymore. And the decision to restore this building really was a no-brainer at the end of the day. It's such an iconic project in Detroit, signature in the Skyline, and we wanted to do right by the building. We felt that responsibility to restore it, to bring it back to its former grandeur. There's a lot of challenges that come with old buildings. I think with this one, just the amount of disrepair and the amount of kind of removal of some of the things that were installed throughout the years to restore it to its historic character. The floors behind us we had to actually remove in order to sort of uncover this historic atrium space.
I mean, look, the stunning architecture and the history in this building is like none other. What we've uncovered and what you see behind me, and what we uncovered through renovations and demolition of the disrepair of the building over decades of time, is what's so special. To bring back an architectural gem like this and allow people to both live here and stay here as a hotel guest, there's no other offering like that. And then the minute we add the food and beverage programming and the restaurants and the nightlife and the bars, as well as meeting space, this is going to be a place to live, work, play, and stay all year round.
Yeah, the bottom line is saving a building versus tearing it down is the most sustainable thing you can do. So the embodied carbon within this property, using that and building on it is the best decision that we can make from a sustainability perspective.
Anytime you take a visionary like Dan Gilbert and he and his focus on retaining this unbelievable design and architecture and giving it back to the city and its residents, I think that only just adds to what is happening in the city, the momentum here, and why it's becoming a national, international destination.
Really understanding what existed before. I think those were some of the most exciting moments in the project. I think, the diversity of unit layouts in the building, because it's a historic building and you're kind of working with what you have, creates a lot of unique, 46 different unique floor plans. So there's sort of something for everyone within that mix. And sort of working with the design team to uncover all of those things was exciting, challenging, but exciting. For historic purposes, we need to maintain the historic lobby, the historic corridors. Some of those features were fixed. And so we're working within, what was left over to design units. And because there's two buildings here effectively, there's a tower and a lower rise building, you have all of these different, spaces. And then, the design team's job was to figure out how to make all of those livable, amazing hotel rooms or apartments.
We had to retain the floor plates, the doorways, the openings. And then what we did was look behind those walls, figure out how we could create efficient floor plans that are both true to the building, so that we kept and retained historic tax credits, but also created units that people would want to rent and stay in overnight.
I think for me, this lobby space it's sort of the heart of the building. It is so remarkable, and I say this all the time, I'm an architect, we deal in renderings, right? And a lot of times we put renderings out into the world, and what happens in real life isn't necessarily quite live up to the renderings, and I think in this case it's almost the opposite, where we've had a rendering out there, we've looked at what the space could be, but when they put all the glass panels in and you kind of see all of the lighting and everything come to life and all of those spaces come together, it's pretty special.